All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Talladega Superspeedway. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. NASCAR Total heads on into Dega tonight for some super speedway action. It's race number 10 in the Monster Cup 2019 season. It's a 60-lapper from Dega, man. Anybody can win this race. You just got to be in the right place at the right time. You better have a friend tonight. Super speedway drafting action. You can't go out there and run by yourself. Thanks for joining us live right here on TurnLeft TV. Let's Dega, boys. It's NASCAR Total. It's some super speedway action. It's the Monster Cup 2019 season, and everybody wants to get a win here at Dega. All right, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Man, we are in the qualification session for a big one here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. 60 laps, again, race number 10 in the Monster Cup 2019 season. Got out here making their qualification attempts. They're looking at the 47 car of Wilson Rashid. Oh, look who joined us there. Oh, Kelsey Clendenning joining us. Good to see you here tonight, Kelsey. Hopefully it is a good race. Should be a great one. Thanks for joining us. One of my biggest fans. It's a busy night here, man. I had to work all day, and then I had to go in early. I had to work all day, and then I had a track meet that I had to administrate after school, and then rushed home to get things ready for the race tonight. And don't forget, I made that bio test extra hard for you. We'll take a look at the track, man. Who doesn't know Talladega Superspeedway? 2.6 mile, almost 2.7 mile. We're going to call that a tri-oval. Banking in turns 1 and 2 at 33 degrees. Turns 3 and 4, you know, you're close to 33 degrees, about 32 and a half. Through the tri-oval at 16 and a half, a lot of action there through the tri-oval and down the backstretch at 3 degrees of banking. So definitely a very, very fun track, Talladega Superspeedway. You're going to definitely need a friend here tonight when you race this track, so can't win this one by yourself, that is for sure. Take a look at the standings here. Edelson Carnero has a big lead here, 391 points over Jose Carvalho, who sits in the second position. Benar Silva is in third. Elder Mueller sits in the fourth position. Julio Caligari just behind there in fifth. Wilson Rashid sitting in the sixth position. Carlos Leite seventh. Sandro Kelmer eighth. Edson Luis is ninth. And Neto Vidal rounds out the top 10. Take a look at the 87 car here of Benar Silva. Right now, Alessandro Barcelos is the top time, 47.573. Edelson Carnero sits in the second position so far. See Julio Caligari third on the grid. Thiago França is fourth. Elder Mueller shown fifth right now. Take a look at the schedule here. Of course, the 60-lapper tonight at Talladega Superspeedway, and next week the Monster Mile. 100 laps there from that high-banked 1 mile oval there at Dover International Speedway. Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle coming up 60 lapper there on April the 22nd. And finishing out the season with a road course, Watkins Glen, 50 lapper there on April the 29th. So we are winding down the season here. I'll tell you what, man, somebody's going to have to stop Edelson Carnero. This guy's going to end up walking away with this championship. But I think there's some guys making the run at him, so we'll see. Definitely want to say stay tuned to each and every race right here on TurnLeft TV. Look at that, Ben Silva up to second on the grid, 47.538. Jose Carvalho is the top time, 47.538 here. Michelle Mendonça out here on the track, shown as third on the grid, 47.546, and that two-car, Sinister Racing Toyota. I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us here on TurnLeft TV and supporting the YouTube channel. I thank you really so much. I greatly appreciate. Never thought in a million years that I would get as far as I have here with being able to broadcast races and have a YouTube channel. And I just really am very thankful for people coming out and watching the races. If you like what you're seeing tonight here, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And then you can also share these videos with your friends. Let them know what's going on here at TurnLeft TV. We greatly appreciate all of your support. So I'm your host, Heath Johnson. It's my side gig, man. Got to work during the day. Wish I could just do this each and every day. That'd be great. All right, maybe go take my dog for a walk. All right, it looks like Jose Carvalho is going to start on the pole here tonight. Ben Silva is going to start in the second position. I see Michelle Mendonça starts in the third. Alessandro Barcelo is going to start fourth. Edelson Carnero is going to start fifth. Julio Calicari sixth. Neto Vidal seventh. Thiago França running in the eighth position. Elward Mueller ninth. Wilson Rashid rounds out the top 10. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, hopefully, I got a track meet after school tomorrow too, and it's a high school track meet, so that's going to take a little bit longer, man. But I hope to make it back for the final race of the season for Sachsenring. Race number 6 in that DTM 2019 season. I'll tell you what, man, Edelson Carnero has got a massive lead right now. He's really, I'm not sure there's a way he could actually lose this championship, but hey, this guy's going to come out and try to win the race there. This is a challenging track, man. I was out there doing some screenshots, getting the car out there, but oh my gosh, this thing is tough. But these guys going to nail it down here. I have no doubt here. 40-minute race coming up tomorrow night. That's going to start at 9 p.m. live right here on TurnLeft TV. Oh, wait a minute. We still got people qualifying? Oh, look at that. Thiago França, what you doing, man, in that A car? And just for that, I think you're going to have to send some Doritos my way. Better be the cheese-free ones, I'll tell you that. Tell you what, man, coming up on Wednesday, we have a big one, man. Palm Springs Speedway, I would say my favorite oval track. It's Homestead. It's race number 3 in the 2019 season for Iron Man Racing Series. 107 laps there. Man, a massive field last week. 26 drivers coming out to that race. And this track is just as fun, man. Should be a great one. Don't forget the tire rule in that series. It's race 3 in that second season of 2019. The Iron Man Racing Series coming up on Wednesday right here on TurnLeft TV, Palm Springs Speedway. I want to say thank you so much for coming out tonight Thanks for supporting TurnLeft TV. I'm your ugly host, Heath Johnson. This old guy, man, sitting in front of the computer every night. What the heck's he thinking? I have a lot of fun doing this, man. It's you know, I'm a kind of a computer geek, so I enjoy figuring stuff out. And hopefully the guys here tonight, and you know, of course, their fans, their family, these guys all enjoy the races. I guess we are in the warm-up session here. We got about 2.5 minutes left here in the warm-up session, and we're going to make it happen. These guys getting some pit stops in. This is an easy track here. It's a really easy track to make a pit stop, but it's also, I will say, that's a very easy track to speed on pit lane. Man, you're carrying so much speed when you come off the track and come across pit lane that it is a really easy track to make a mistake and get a speeding penalty. You don't want to do that. You're going to have to do a drive-through if that happens. Tonight's race is brought to you by NASCAR Brazil. Man, these guys got so much stuff going on here, man. They've got some, of course, NASCAR. They've got some DTM cars, man. You never know what these guys have up their sleeve. A lot of different types of racing at NASCAR Brazil. And I want to say thank you so much to Sullivan Gardena and all of his support and friendship. And also, I want to say my thoughts and prayers go out to your family. I know going a little bit of a rough time there, and hopefully everybody is doing okay. Definitely thinking about you tonight here, Sullivan, so definitely my well wishes and prayers are with you. Got about a minute left here before we get the command to start the engines. Shown 13 drivers here tonight. Miguel Braga joining us. It's in the weeds down there as well. See Miguel Braga out. And a 10 car. Got like a police badge on the side of that car. Coming up on Friday, the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series will be at Bristol Motor Speedway for a slugfest. 2 50-lap heat races and a 100-lap feature race. Man, this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. You might even see a fight in the infield. Going to be a great one, man. Really 3 races there. You get 2 50-lap heat races to just allow them to beat and bang around, and then a 100-lap feature race. Coming up on Friday, April 12th, race number 8 in that 2019 spring season. The Bushwhackers Series at StockCarSimRacing.com. All right, I think it's that time. I do believe it is that time. So here we go, boys and girls. It's time to make her happen. It's race time.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, the 99 of Jose Carvalho starts on the pole here tonight. The 87 of Ben Arcilla starts in the 2nd position. The 2 of Michelle Mendoza starts in the 3rd position. Alessandro Barcelos in that 11 car starts in 4th. Edgelson Carnero in the 09 car starts in the 5th position. Julio Caligare in the 33 starts in the 6th position. In 7th is Neto Vidal in that 21 car. Starting in the 8th position is the 8th of Thiago Franza. Starting in the 9th position is the 02 of Elder Mueller. Starting in 10th is the 47 of Wilson Rashid. Starting in the 11th position is the 04 of Edson Luis. Starting in the 12th position is the 54 of Carlos Leite. And starting in the 13th position is the 10 car of Miguel Braga. All right, boys and girls, 60 laps. Hang on. This is Talladega. This is Talladega. Again, I think the strategy really should be, you know, just settle in here and make sure that you get yourself a good drafting partner. Have a clean pit stop here. They do say there is a mandatory pit stop here tonight. So have a good clean pit stop here. Make sure you're in position at the end of the race to make a move. You definitely cannot win this car as a sole driver here. You've got to be able to work with some other drivers and draft with other drivers here tonight. How fast Bank Titty showing up tonight here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you out here tonight. Getting ready to make it happen. 60 laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. All right, the lights are out on the pace car. It's coming off the track. Jose Carvalho down on the inside line will lead the field to take the green flag. Here we go. Everybody sort of settling in here right now. Oh, man, the 11 car sliding that car around and getting the 33. Oh, my heavens. Did you see that car? It got sideways right there. Holy Toledo. 33. Julio Caligari got caught up in that. And Alessandro Barcelos, man, that car just got loose. That thing came around on him. I'm not sure what went on there, but the 11 car slid back into the 33. Oh my heavens, man! He's got some. He has definitely got some problems. I can just tell the way he's driving that car. This car has got some suspension problems here. Yep, it definitely got some issues there with that 11 car. Wow, man, a big one there. Big shake-up there. Alessandro Barcelos, Julio Caligari making some contact there early on. We'll take a look and see what happened. Take a look here. This is 43 car here, and look at that Alessandro Barcelos, man. He comes, he just got loose, man. Just crazy loose right there. And those guys making contact. We'll go back here. This is watching Alessandro Barcelos in the 11 car, and you see that car just sort of shaking around there a little bit. And, oh man, he makes some move there, and he gets down into the 09 car. That's what happened, man. It looked like he really turned that car to the left and then trying to hang on here. Oh, my heavens, man. I'll tell you what, we're going to go on board here with Alessandro Barcelos. We're on board here. Everything seems to be all right there. This is actually Edson Carnero. I take that back. Up here, this is Alessandro Barcelos here after the start. The 11 car here, running behind Ben Silva, that 87 car. Oh man, he gets to make some contact right there, and then comes back. I don't know whether he just didn't realize that Edson Carnero was below him. Take one more look at this here, and you see the 09 down on that low side. Edson Carnero down on the low side here, and looking back there at that McDonald's sponsored machine. Just a left-hand turn right there, getting to the 09, and then contact with the 33 and the 11. On board here with Edson Luis. he gets through this. A little bit of contact with the 02 car, and the 47 up high there, getting through. So, wow, a little bit of a shakeup there as the 11 car and 33 making some contact. The 11 of Alessandro Barcelos on pit lane. Now the 99 of Jose Carvalho is our race leader in that Sinister Racing Toyota. Michelle Mendoza is shown in the second position. Benner Silva is third. Edgelson Carnero is fourth. Neto Vidal fifth. Thiago Franza is in the sixth position. Elder Mueller seventh. Edson Luis shown in the eighth position. Wilson Rashid ninth. And Miguel Braga rounding out the top 10. So a little bit of an interesting twist there. I'm just not sure what happened. You know, this is a setup where at a super speedway, you want to make sure that you set that steering ratio correctly when you come in the tuning section. Everybody's choosing super speedway tuning package, but then it's up to you to sort of adjust that steering ratio. I think, you know, most guys are going to lean on somewhere around 17-1 to 20-1, somewhere around there. So, you know, when you turn the wheel right or left, you don't get as much responsiveness. And on short tracks, you want to drop that steering ratio down pretty low. You know, maybe even as low as like a 12-1, somewhere around there. You know, like on a Martinsville type of track. But here, man, it could really cause some problems. That's what I suspect may have happened. You know, but I'm just sort of, you know, throwing something out there from my experience at you know, racing in this sim. Nonetheless, tough break there for Giulio Caligari and Alessandro Barcelos. This guy's having a little bit of damage. I don't think Giulio Caligari is too bad off. You know, he had some contact, but he didn't make any contact with the wall there. So we'll see. We'll, you know, hopefully the 33 car will be okay. Coming up on Saturday, we'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway. 250 laps in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. It's race number 8 in the 2019 spring season. So things heating up there. That's an open setup league. Racing starts at 9:30 Eastern time. And you're really looking at, you know, a long race there at Bristol. Going to be an opportunity for some long green flag runs and also some just straight up getting after it. That's the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. Good open setup league there on Saturday nights at stockcarsimracing.com. Looks like Sinister Racing has some fans in here tonight. Go Sinister! I don't know how to pronounce that name. Was that Ferrari? Try that anyway. But thanks for showing up. Opaz here. Kelsey's been here. Getting some fans. Getting some viewers. Take a look at Benor Silva in this 87 car. Right now running in the third position. Definitely one of those guys that threat to win. Felipe. Hey, thanks, Felipe. I appreciate it. Doing some streaming. I don't think there's too many people out there. There are too many people out there that do streaming of rFactor 2 stock car races. I know Grid BR there did some for a while, and periodically some other folks do some. But I tell you what, I'm not sure any of them have this kind of action going on here. Hang on, this is StockCarSimRacing.com's website. These guys have some great racing going on, and then of course tonight's race is IndyCar Brazil, and there you go. How about a little side-by-side action for you tonight? Benor Silva shown in that upper left corner, and then Jose Carvalho, our race leader, down to that lower right. if you're interested in supporting TurnLeft TV, you can also click on the link down in the description of this channel, the Fanatic link. That helps us out. I greatly appreciate all of your support any way you can. Just coming into the chat, joining, watching the races, hitting the like button, thumbs up button, and also subscribing. Those types of things I greatly appreciate. But if you're interested, please click on the link. If you're interested in purchasing some Fanatic hardware there, definitely follow that link, man. That would be great. I've had a lot of people come through and purchase some stuff through that link, and definitely appreciate all of the support. Well, the 99 of Jose Carvalho is the race leader. Been working on trying to pronounce his last name. He said it's pretty hard for me to pronounce, but hopefully I'm doing okay. Coming up tomorrow night, I am so excited about this race. Sachsenring coming up in the DTM 2019 series. Race number 6, the final race of the season. We're going to crown the champion tomorrow night at Sachsenring. Racing starts at 9 p.m. and of course that'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. This track right here will just pick you up and spit you out, man. It is a tough one, and these guys are fantastic drivers, man. I have no qualms whatsoever thinking that these guys are going to do just an excellent job. It's going to be a fantastic race. Every single race that we've broadcast here, all 5 so far, have just been fantastic. A lot of action, a lot of great racing, great passing, and some great strategy too playing out. Edgelson Carnero's got a big lead in that series here. He has just been on top of it. Speaking of leads, man, look at that. He's also winning the Monster Cup season standings here so far. Jose Carvalho, our first place car here tonight, sets second in points. Ben Silva third. Elder Mueller fourth. Julio Caligari fifth. You see Wilson Rashid, Carlos Leite, Sandro Kelmer, Edson Luis, and Neto Vidal rounding out the top 10. Well, we got 13 drivers here joining us tonight. Looks like some drivers weren't able to make it there. Oh, too bad. Jair Oliveira not here tonight, and also Edersmagel not here tonight as well. Well, you see Jose Carvalho has elected to go down to the bottom side there. The 2, Michel Mendonça, starting in that second position up on the top side there. 87 of Ben Silva in third. The 09 of Edgelson Carnero is fourth. Neto Vidal fifth. Tiago França in that 8 car sits in the 6th position up on that outside line. Well, the lights are out, I think. Wait a minute, the lights are still on. That pace car is supposed to be out. Well, nonetheless, he's off the track, and we're going green.
Green, green, green.
Here we go. Back to green. Across the start-finish line. We'll start lap 7. Look at that, man. That 2 car making a run up on the outside line. '99, they're trying to clear this 2 car. These guys are side by side. The 99, Jose Carvalho. 2 of Michel Mendonça. Ooh, tight right there. Tight. Looking out the back of Jose Carvalho, you see Ben Silva all over the back of him right now. That Toyota Camry. Yes, man, on board here with Edgelson Carnero. Pop that out here so you can see the rear view mirror. There we go. There's some action going on back there behind him, too. He sits in the 3rd position right now in that 09 car, running behind Ben Silva. These guys just sorting it out right now. And, man, Michel Mendonça has been falling back here. He's up on that outside line, just stuck up there. He's going to have to dive in here behind Julio Caligari in the 33 car. Miguel Braga here making a move on Edson Luis in the 04. Oh, we got a crash here. We got a crash, I believe. This is Carlos Leite. We got a crash here, and I'm not sure. The 8 car looks like he's coming around. I thought I saw Benar Silva, but that's not right. Looks like the 8 car here has come around. Oh, man, that car went left in a hurry. Thiago França in the 8 car here. Off the pace here in the 11th position. We have our second caution. Take a look here and see what happened. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 2 car and the 8 car getting together. Coming through the tri-oval there. The 8 looks like he's got that 2 pretty much cleared right there. So taking a look at the 8 car. He is in the 4th position right here at 8. Getting a run here on the 09. The 02 coming back. Elder Mueller. Working up on the back of him again, and then there might be some contact right here. Contact, and the 8 car goes around, oh, and hits that inside wall. Tough lick right there for that Doritos-sponsored 8 car. That Toyo is going to have a pretty significant amount of damage there. And it looked like that Elder Mueller and Thiago França got together. I'm going to go on board here with Elder Mueller. He's running behind that 8 car. You see the 8 just ahead. We're on board with the 02 car. It's a little bit earlier here, so I think the gap's just going to open up here for the 02. We're on board here with him. A little choppy there, a little bumpy. Bit of a connection. Snafu right there. So the 02 trying to come in there. He sees his team up there. The 09 car is his teammate. Oh, man, it's tight right there. Oh, tight. He didn't have enough room. He didn't have any room right there. Man, that was tight. So it looked like that closed up in a hurry. And we'll take a look at this again. You see right here, that is tight, man. There is not enough room right there. Now, I don't know what the rule is for these guys, but most times you'll see you cannot dip below, get both the tires below that yellow line there and make a pass, advance your position. And you see contact, and then the 08 coming around. Now, I'm going to jump on board here with, you see right there, the 02 and the 8 getting together. That is on board with Elder Mueller there. Excuse me, Wilson Rashid. So the 8 car definitely got the worst end of that deal. That's a tough break for the 8 car. And I know, I've talked a lot with Elder Mueller in the 02 car. He does translating for me up in the broadcast booth, me and whomever happens to win the race. And really a very nice guy. I don't think there was any intentional contact there. It's just tight racing. He was trying to sneak that car in there, take that position. It looked like he really had a lane there on the bottom line, trying to slip up behind his teammate, Edgelson Carnero. So you can't really fault, I think, either driver. It's just a hard racing deal, and nobody really driving outside their wheelhouse, so to speak. Everybody's, see the 09 here, Edgelson Carnero running in the 3rd position, and he does look like he's going to be coming down pit lane here. So there is a mandatory pit stop, and we may see some guys coming down pit lane this time by to take some service. And, ooh, some guys faking it. Oh, man, look at that. 99 here said, hey, I'm going to come down. But then he tried to snuck back up on the track, and you do see the 8 car coming down pit lane. Trying to trick us, wasn't he? Jose Carvalho is the race leader. We are under our second caution flag here. Benar Silva is second, Edelson Carnero is third, Elder Mueller up to the fourth position, Wilson Rashid is fifth, Michelle Mendonça. He had a little bit of a tough start there on that last restart. He was up on the outside line and just really could not get that car down to the low line. It looks like the low line is the place to be. He couldn't get that car down to the low line there and fell to the back of the pack. It's going to work his way back up there. But tough break there for him. See Thiago França on pit lane taking some service, and he had just a hard bit of contact with the wall, the inside wall, and I suspect he's going to be on pit lane for a little bit of time here, getting some repairs done on that car. So tough break for Thiago França. But, the good thing is you can take a pretty significant lick here and get some service done on your car and not lose a lap. So we'll see how that goes for him. He did have a hard lick there on the inside wall. So hopefully he'll be able to get that car repaired and come back out here and be competitive and also stay on the lead lap.
Road will be open this time.
I want to say thank you so much for coming out to the YouTube channel and supporting TurnLeft TV. I have somewhere around 400 videos now posted on TurnLeft TV. A lot of videos, and greatly appreciate you really supporting the channel, hitting the thumbs up button on the videos and sharing those videos with your friends. You can put them on your Discord, share them through Facebook. You can share them through your Twitter feed. Definitely let the people know what's going on here, the racing that's going on here at TurnLeft TV. And if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. If you're interested in giving in a different way or a little bit more involved, you can hit the donate button and donate through PayPal to the channel. Any amount of support, I greatly appreciate. I really am just appreciative that you come out and watch the races. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and it is my pleasure to bring you the races here on TurnLeft TV. Tonight we have a 60-lapper here at Talladega. A little bit of a messy start here. We've had a couple caution flags, but they'll get this worked out. Have no doubt. Thiago França on pit lane here, and it does look like he is going to go a lap down there. He is a lap down. So Alessandro Barcelos also a lap down. We have 11 cars on the lead lap. Jose Carvalho is the race leader. Benar Silva is second. Edelson Carnero is third. Elder Mueller fourth. Wilson Rashid is fifth. Tell you what, last week at Sonoma, what a tough track that was. Benar Silva came away with a big race win. Led 48 of 50 laps. He was spanking them. That is a tough track. A lot of elevation changes, a slick track, a curvy track, and to spin on this, it's really curves and elevation changes at the same time. And he got off track there, man, on that last lap. Made it a little interesting. See, he spun that car. Was pretty flawless here, and almost gets taken out here. You see the 21 gets on the brakes and gets into the 87 car, but he was able to, he had such a big lead, he was able to get her around and get it across the start-finish line to finish the race there. Qualified on the pole, and really that was the only hitch in his giddy-up, so to speak. But had really a good race. 87, Benar Silva, a big race win, and I would argue that so far has been the toughest track on the schedule. This thing was a handful, and the 87, one of the best drivers I've seen, came away with a race victory. Well, can he make it two in a row? This is Talladega is, in my opinion, always a little bit of a crapshoot. You don't know. you know what the other drivers are going to do necessarily. You always want to be around somebody you're comfortable racing with. You got to find a partner, and I would say this is a track where we have something called frenemies, and it's like your friend and your enemy. I mean, it's like you're working with somebody that you wouldn't normally work with, and you got to work with them out of necessity. You can't win the race on your own. You're going to have to work with somebody that you may not normally work with on the track. You just cannot be a sole car here and win this race. You're going to have to use some drafting. Have a drafting partner, and if you have a green flag pit stop, you better be thinking about pitting with somebody else so you can come out and draft with those individuals. If you come out by yourself and you've got a train of cars that's in a draft and they come up on you, you're going to be lucky if you can actually tag onto that train. So I know when I race Talladega or Daytona, those are the things that are going through my mind when I make pit stops or throughout the course of the race. A little bit of a connection there. These guys, I think, are actually connecting to a server up here in Chicago. Chicago's just about an hour 45, maybe 2 hours away, just to the north of me. And these guys all joining that server from the southern hemisphere. Coming to us from Brazil. Well, we're getting a 1 to go here, and the pace car is sliding off the track. Going to get back at it. Jose Carvalho is the race leader. Benner Silva up on the outside line. Here we go. And we got some fast cars up here. The 09, the 99, the 90, the 87, 47 up there as well. Wilson Rashid. And nose to tail, the 99 here. Able to clear the 87. Now that 87, I suspect is going to tuck in behind the 09 car, and that's exactly what happened. Take a look at the back of Jose Carvalho's car. You see they're side by side behind, trying to find a way down to that inside line. The 2 car here. Michel Mendoza down on the inside line. He is running in the 6th position. Running behind that 21 of Neto Vidal, who's in 5th. You need to get out of the gas a little bit. You can't just keep the gas pedal to the floor, because you get such a run on somebody with using the draft. You've got to get out of the gas here. So I know in some cases you might be going half throttle all the way around this thing if you're in the draft. Nose to tail here, everybody sort of getting things sorted out, and it looks like Edson Luis in the 04 and the 54 of Carlos Leite. These guys are running in 10th and 11th and a little bit off the pace here right now. I don't know whether they've just lost the draft or they've definitely lost the draft here, but I don't know if that was a Alessandro Barcelos coming down pit lane. I think he might have spun that car. He's having a tough night here. Take a look at Alessandro Barcelos. He's coming down off the track to come down pit lane. I think he's trying to get this thing slowed up here enough, and the thing spins around. Good thing the caution flag didn't come out. Sort of a bad news, good news thing for Alessandro Barcelos. And he is going to make a pit stop here again. That 11 car just having a tough break. Tough night here. 99. So Jose Carvalho is the race leader. Edilson Carnero is in the 2nd position. Benner Silva in 87 car is 3rd. Wilson Rashid is in the 4th position. Wilson Rashid here having a good night so far, running in 4th. Another one of those guys, just a threat to win each and every night. Had a pretty quiet, points run here in the Monster Cup season. Definitely expect that Toyota to stay up front here all night. Neto Vidal in that 21, shown in the 5th position. Got that Toyota Camry working well here tonight. On board here with Neto Vidal running in the 5th position. Just behind him is Michelle Mendoza running in 6th. So another one of those sinister racing machines here having a good night. Elder Mueller here and Julio Caligari, Miguel Braga, these guys have all lost the draft here, so they're going to have to get hooked up here because they've got a pretty good train. There's 6 cars that are running off and leaving these guys. So the 02, Elder Mueller leading this second pack here of the 02, the 33, and the 10. Elder Mueller, Julio Caligari, Miguel Braga. Now the best thing that can happen to these guys, I think, is if Edson Luis and Carlos Leite catch them, and they'll at least have a train of 5 cars. That'll help them put a dent in this pack here. But I'll tell you, if these guys start racing side by side, that is definitely going to help them out back there, man. These guys are racing. I think Benor Silva might have warped there a little bit. They're side by side here as a 21 trying to make some move, and we're taking a look at Jose Carvalho. Edelson Carnero is taking the race lead here. Now we're on board here with Jose Carvalho. Running behind that sinister racing number 21, giving him a little bit of a shove here. So the 09 right now doesn't have anybody to work with, but I think Wilson Rashid's going to step in there and say, hey, I'll do it. You're going to give me that position, I'm going to take it. Look at this, side by side. 3 deep here. We got a battle for the lead as the 21 of Neto Vidal working on the outside line. He's got a little bit of help there. Jose Carvalho in that 99 trying to get back the race lead. Is he going to leave the 21 car and dive down below and get in front of that 09? Look at that, out of the back of Neto Vidal's car. Sort of getting things sorted out now. Wow, Jose Carvalho in the 99 is in 2nd. Michelle Mendoza in the 2 is in 3rd. Benor Silva back to the 4th position. Wilson Rashid and Adelson Carnero battling it out for the 5th spot. Looks like the 09 takes the 5th spot, and Wilson Rashid goes back to 6th. And I'll tell you what, you got to be careful here because you're in a situation where just one little bobble, little racing, and you can lose this pack of 4, and you do not want to do that. That is for sure. Well, Edison Carnero here in the 09 car running in the 5th position. Definitely want to keep himself in this draft. Neto Vidal here, the 21, is the race leader. Got some battling back here as well. Look at this, man. We got a mess, a gaggle of cars here. Miguel Braga and Ed Dodge. He's got a little bit of help there from Alessandro Barcelos. Now, Alessandro Barcelos is off the pace here just a little bit. Oh, we got another caution flag. My heavens, man. You got a caution flag here. Take a look. Those guys up there got together, and you see there's some white smoke up there. Couple cars getting together. These guys all out of the throttle. Whoa. Woo. Now that'll make your hair go gray right there as Miguel Braga was trying to pick a lane. So we'll see what happened as the 21 of Neto Vidal takes the caution flag. And it looks like that Benor Silva might have come around here. That was definitely Benor Silva coming around. And we'll take a look and see what happened to Benor Silva in the 87 car. Oh, man, looks like he and the 09 of Edelson Carnero get together, man. Things change in a hurry right there. And he is sliding back up across the track. Good news for him as he really doesn't make any contact, but he about gets smoked right here. Look at this. Those guys did a great job of missing him. My heavens. I mean, this just changes in a hurry here. Watch the 87 and the 09. These guys getting together right here, and I think there may have been a little bit of a warped situation there because it looked like the 87 was up pretty far. I'm going to go on board here with Edelson Carnero, and looking ahead at that 87 car, you can see a little bit of warp there, I think. I really do. I mean, they were close together, but a little bit of warping. And Benner Silva goes for a spin. Really think that that's probably what happened. He has a little bit of a hitch there. I think I saw all the cars jump. Now I'm going to go on board here with Wilson Rashid to take a look at this. Watch this. He's out of the front of his machine. You're going to see a little bit of a hitch here. All right. Didn't really look too bad right there. It was a little bit earlier than that, but see, those guys got together. I mean, things closed up, but I stand corrected. Maybe full speed. Yeah, a little bit of a hitch, and then just before that, just a split second before that, I saw even the Wilson Rashid machine jump around there a little bit. See, gonna make see everybody jumped right there, a little pop in the connection. Connection's been a little suspect here, I will admit. Watch this, man. Elder Mueller, how in the world? Trying to get through this. They've just got a ton of guys here trying to make it through. Most guys get around. So, wow, man. Third caution here of the night. And I would argue that you're really not talking about a situation where I don't think anybody really did anything that was out of the ordinary. You know, given some of the situations with cars maybe jumping around, dicing around here a little bit, which seems to be a frequent thing here, on at Talladega. If you got kind of a suspect connection, you generally see a lot of cars doing this. It seems to be that this situation is a little bit worse here than the other tracks we've seen this season. But nonetheless, I think if there's any criticism, it would be, hey, you know that the cars are jumping around a little bit. Make sure that you're very careful about racing really close to another driver. Because you can warp and get into that driver, and then you guys come around or get involved in a wreck and take some other cars with you. That's probably the only thing that I would say is that exercise a little bit more patience or leeway, and give your fellow drivers just a little bit more room in case there is a connection issue. Well, the 21 of Nano Vidal is the race leader. Jose Carvalho is in a second position. Michelle Mendonça is third. Wilson Rashid shown in the fourth position. You see Edelson Carnero fifth. Elder Mueller sixth. Julio Caligare is seventh. Edson Luis eighth. Carlos Leite ninth. And Miguel Braga is 10th. Now, Benner Silva is running in the 11th position, and I would guarantee you he is going to be coming down pit lane. I mean, he's definitely got some boogered up tires, and he may have a little bit of damage that I think he may want to get taken care of here. So I would expect the 87 car here to make a pit stop. And some of these other guys may elect to come down pit lane, and it does look like the race leaders are coming down pit lane. So there is a mandatory pit stop here. We're 25 laps in. We got a 60 lapper here tonight. It's been a little bit of a challenge here. It's a fairly easy track, but I mean, maybe guys can get a little complacent with this track. As easy as it is, you can almost drive it with your eyes closed. When you start dancing around in traffic, you see these guys on pit lane. Benner Silva also taking service. Start dancing around a little bit in traffic, and things can get away from you in a hurry. And it does look like we got a busy pit lane here. 21 of Neto Vidal coming out here. Kind of an interesting view. I would rather that these guys set something up where I got a nice camera view right down pit lane. can see that battle here. It's a pretty tame. Oh, we get out of the fence there. Pretty tame set of pit stops there for most of those guys. Oh, look who's joined us in the chat. I think this guy owes us some Jack Daniels. Eder Smagels joining us tonight. So good to see Eder. Miguel Braga is the race leader, and I would suggest that he's probably going to be coming down pit lane too, getting some bonus points maybe for leading the field. Just behind him on the in line is Alessandro Barcelos in that 11 car. He's actually 3 laps down that McDonald's machine. 21 of Neto Vidal, 3rd in line here, but actually 2nd on the grid. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, we got a big race for you. DTM 2019 season race number 6, the final race of that season. Sachsenring. Starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and a 40-minute race from there. We're going to crown the champion at IndyCar Brazil NASCAR Totals DTM 2019. What a challenging track that is, man. These guys are going to be exhausted after that track. Not a really long track per se, but man, this thing is just crazy tight. Elevation changes and turns to the left and right at the same time. And you really got some turns there that really just seems like they're never ending too. So should be a great one, man. I got a chance to get out on the track this past weekend, and wow, should be a good one, man. These guys love these DTM cars. I do too, but wow, that track is going to be an interesting one. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TurnLeft TV. At least I hope. Keep your fingers crossed. I do have a track meet after school. Those of you who don't know, I teach high school. And I also do a little track supervising, I should say. I don't coach that anymore, but get a little gig there, side gig of making sure the track competitions, the meets go well, make sure everybody's where they need to be. We'll see if we can't get that baby over, and we can get home and get this race in. So you see that pace car warp there just a little bit. Well, the Ironman Racing Series is coming up on Wednesday. Race number 3 in the 2019 Season B, which is the 2nd season of 2019. 107 laps from Palm Springs Speedway. What a great track, man. I absolutely love this track. If I were to pick my track that I think that I would want to say is my favorite track, I would definitely consider Palm Springs. It probably is my favorite track. It's one of those tracks, I think, from a broadcaster's perspective, but also from a driver's perspective, it is a lot of fun. You got to stay up on the wheel. It's a hard track, you know, to sort of get a handle on, but it makes the racing much more fun. And we got a 107 lapper there in the Ironman Racing Series Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget, there's a tire rule in that series. You only get 12 tires throughout the course of the race. It's up to you how you change those tires. And it really does make for some very, very interesting racing. So that is coming up on Wednesday, the Ironman Racing Series. Tonight's race is brought to you by IndyCar Brazil. These guys have all kinds of great racing. Not just stock cars. We got some DTMs. I don't know what else is coming up, man. Probably some GT3 cars. Indy cars. You never know. These guys have got all kinds of stuff up their sleeve. So if you want to do some really, really good racing, really a diverse array of racing, you come right here to IndyCar Brazil. And thanks so much to Sullivan Gardena. My thoughts and prayers go out to your family. Hope everything's okay. And wishing you well. Hope to see you back very, very soon. We're getting to 1 to go here at our side-by-side. Miguel Braga is the race leader, so he didn't pit that car. He's up on the outside line, and I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the right place to be in that 10 car up high. The outside line just seems to be a little bit of a bear there to try to get that car going. And you see Benor Silva in the, I guess that would technically be the 9th place car in that 87 down on the low line. Has a little bit of a challenge here tonight. All right, man, the pace car is in. Here we go. Across the start-finish line, we'll start lap 29. We're almost halfway there.
Green.
All right, back at it. Said Miguel Braga in that 10 car just having a little bit of a trouble there on the outside line. See the 21 Neto Vidal on the gas, man. The 99 going by, and I'll tell you, man, the outside line is just not going to work, man. Oh, he gets a little bit of a shove maybe from the 04 car. 47 going by there on the inside. Wilson Rashid moving that car forward. That 47 car, man, I just like how that car looks tonight. Looking strong, and has that car in contention. See Miguel Braga finally gets that car in the 7th position. 87 of Benor Silva just behind him, and we got a little bit of a battle here. Carlos Leite, that 54 car, and Edgelson Carnero battling for position. That 54 car up on that outside line. He has got a run. Oh, more contact right there. Oh, no. Oh, the 54 hard lick. Man, tough break there for the 54. That was a tough lick right there. Man, he was having such a good run there up on the outside line. I really thought he was going to really be able to gain a lot of positions. We got a caution flag here.
Pace car has the field. Get caught up there, buddy.
Like, we didn't know we had a caution flag. I mean, why wouldn't we have a caution flag when he smacked the inside wall right there? Alza on the 21 of Neto Vidal, the race leader. And it's just one of those things, again, we see up on that outside, this guy's sort of getting tight there. And come across the nose of that car down on the inside line. And, what a shame there. We're going to go a little bit earlier here. This is a 54. He was making a run here up on the outside line. You see in that 54, that Monster Energy Chevy. And he gets up here beside Miguel Braga in the 10. And I tell you what, I was just about ready to say that 54 is really making a move here on the outside line. And you look how he's up on the outside with that 10 car down low. And then things started tightening up right there. And it looks like the 10, here's, again, another one of those situations where I think there might have been some warping issues right there. 54 comes back. He loses the back of that car, but I think there may have been at least some warping that might have initiated some contact. Now I'm going to go on board here with 54, Carlos Leite. You see he's up on this outside line. A little bit, another one of those hitches there, and the car spins around. Oh, man, that is a hard lick. On board here with Julio Calicare on that restart. These guys are sort of getting it sorted out. You see the 10 car here, Miguel Braga. Look out behind him at the 10 and the 54. You see the 10 dives down to the inside there, trying to take that position from the, close up that position from the 87 car. Carlos Leite up on the outside. You see it gets a little slowed up there on that inside line, and that 54 car is going to make a mad dash over the outside line. You see him making a move here on the outside line in the 10 car down on the inside, and watch this. And I see that right there is just a hard turn to the left, and that is not something that Carlos Leite is going to be doing on his own. That is a connection issue right there. It really is. And what a tough break there for the 87. You just saw that car snap, and it was really just a connection issue. I would say, I don't know, somebody's listening here tonight that has any contact with any of those drivers, just kind of let them know this is like the third caution flag that I've seen. There's been a similar incident where guys are racing side by side, maybe just a little bit too close side by side there, and you get a little bit of a snap in the connection, just a little bit of a hitch, and it causes, the game thinks that those guys have actually made contact, and I think that's exactly what happened right there to Carlos Leite. And he's really had a hard bit of contact on the inside wall, so they're tough break for the 54 car. But I honestly don't think that was anything that either one of those drivers did incorrectly. And again, as I'm talking, you see that pace car kind of make a little bit of a hitch there and jump back. So something to think about. I don't know, again, if anybody listening here has any contact with those guys on the radio, on TeamSpeak, but they may give them a little bit of a heads up that is probably what's going on. So I would maybe put another car width between me and the car above me or below me if I'm trying to make a pass here, given the connection issues. Again, you see that pace car there just kind of jump back. That tells me there's some connection issues right here. And this was a track where, man, the pace car just jumped backwards there a little bit. See if I can't get them a message here. '21 of Neto Vidal was the race leader. See if we can't get these guys a message here.
Pit road will be open this time.
See if we, I think we got him a little message here, just to let him know. Uh-oh. Anders Magel said, hey, send hello to my mother, Ms. Helena. Hello, Ms. Helena. Boa noite. I think I'm saying that right. I didn't know how to speak a lick of Portuguese before I knew these guys, and I can say a few things now, man. I'm not having a full-on conversation, but sooner or later I'll be asking for a beer. '21 of Neto Vidal is the race leader. Jose Carvalho is in the second position. Michelle Mendoza is the third. Wilson Rashid fourth. Edson Luis fifth. Edgelson Carnero is 6th. Elder Mueller 7th. Miguel Braga is 8th. Julio Caligare 9th. And Benor Silva is 10th. So good to see Edders Mago coming out tonight and joining us. Always enjoy watching him race in the 82 car. He's got some cool paint schemes, man. Always has some of the best looking paint schemes out there. Again, these guys would probably be well served just to give a lot of room to the other drivers here. I know it's tough when you're racing in the draft at a place like Talladega. And I think I would say 3 of our 4 cautions have really been a situation where you've got a little bit of a warping situation and some very, very tight racing. I'll tell you what, the teammates are coming down pit lane here. Edgelson Carnero and Elder Mueller both coming down pit lane here on lap 34. Taking some service to the 02 and the 09. Getting some fresh tires and some fuel on those cars. Carlos Leite here. I think he's getting the wave around. I believe. I'm not sure. Is the 54 car here back out on track? Now he's slowing a little bit. Maybe he's waiting on these guys to come back around. So not sure what's going on with the 54 car. He's down on that inside line here. See the 54 there down on the inside as these guys are getting the 1 to go. He may have gone around and passed the pace car. 21. Neto Vidal is taking the outside line. You see the 54 there. Carlos Leite slow on that inside line. He's probably going to let these guys go by. And that will, I think, put him 2 laps down. And that is exactly what happens there. So Neto Vidal is the race leader. And he's elected to go to that high side there. And the 99, Jose Carvalho, is going to start on the inside line in the 2nd position. Edson Luis is actually in the 4th position in that 04 up high. The 2 of Michel Mendonça is actually in the 3rd position down on the low side. 33 of Julio Caligare up on the high side. In the 6th spot, you see the 10 of Miguel Braga actually shown in 5th. So, interesting little strategy by the 21 going up to the high side here to go to this restart. I tell you what, I'm a bottom feeder when it comes to Talladega. I am really going to start on the inside line each and every time. And you see back to green here as the 99 gets on the gas. Get a little bit of room here. Edson Luis moving that car up here. So watch this 04 car here. He is fast. So that 04 up on the high side, there's a 21. Now back to 3rd. So I told you, man, I just don't think that outside line is the place to be. And look at this, the 04 up on that outside, man. Things tight right here. You got to be careful. So the 21 of Neto Vidal in 2nd. Jose Carvalho in the lead here in that Sinister Racing Toyota. Michel Mendonça is in the 3rd position. Edson Luis up to 4th. Julio Caligare in the 33 car is in the 5th spot. We got a little bit of a battle here now. The 54 of Carlos Leite is actually 2 laps down, but that 87 car, Benor Silva in 7th. He's stuck up on that outside. He's got some lap cars around him. Alessandro Barcelos in the 11 car. there as well, that McDonald's sponsored machine. You see those teammates there. I'll tell you what, you start getting those guys together. It'll be a tough night for the rest of these guys. Those guys start getting hooked up. The 02 and the 09 right there as well. Bernard Silva stuck up on that outside line. He has got to find a place to get down on the inside line here. '21 of Neto Vidal down on the inside here, getting by that 04 car. Running in the second position. Tell you what, man, the 02 following him through here too. You see the 02 or the 2 car. Shell Mendoza following him through, moving up to the 3rd spot. The 04 of Edson Luis back to 4th. So good battle there. Take a look at that 87 car as he finally gets a spot to tuck in here. Bernard Silva right now shown in the 9th position. Running behind the 02 and the 09. Those guys hooked up here. And I would tell you that I think Bernard Silva's smart enough here. He's going to be working with these guys. Savvy driver here. He's going to be working with these guys to get these 3 cars, 4 cars, 54 as well. Although is a couple laps down. But these guys want to get back up there with those race leaders. Single file here. 1 through 6. Is that 6? Miguel Braga, the 6th place car here in the 10. The back car here in this train. These guys here nose to tail right now, and I think they're maybe a little spooked here from some of the action that was going on with side-by-side racing here. Oh, man, don't get down on that apron there. Hanging on. And Miguel Braga, he touched the apron there, and that car got a little squirrely on him. Car there, he's going to have to be careful. He's going to end up losing this draft. Got to stay in the hunt here. Make sure you stay right behind that 33 car. He's going to end up losing the draft, so I think he's going to be okay here. But he touched that apron and scrubbed off a little bit of speed. Now that's going to let these guys, I think, Edgerson Carnero is leading this second train here. He might be close enough. And these guys starting to race side by side. As you see just ahead, Miguel Braga up on the outside line. I don't know if he's trying to make something work up there on the high side. Edson Luis down low. And the 10 car here making a little bit of a run. But how much can this work here? And he is up to the 4th position. Edson Luis back to 5th as the 10 car makes a pass on the outside line. And look at this. We've now got a, what's this, a 10-car battle here. Wilson Rashid, I believe he's up here. No, Wilson Rashid off the pace here. Bernard Silva is the back car here, the 87. So we got 1 through 9 all battling it out. Now, Miguel Braga is up on that outside line again, and the 04, and that opens the door for him. The 33 going to follow him through. Julio Caligare down on the low line. They're going to try to take that spot. The 09 looks like he might be giving the 10 car some room. Oh, and that closes up right there. The 10 car trying to tuck in, but the 09 of Edgelson Carnero is there. Board here with Miguel Braga looking down low, and you see the 02 trying to sneak through as well. Miguel Braga up on his outside line. He has no help. He needs somebody to tuck up there with him and give him a little bit of help here. And he is trying desperately to get down that low side. It's just not there. Oh, my gosh, man. Not there. We are going to go on board here with Carlos Leite. With that 10 car up on the outside line. Bernard Silva now down low. Trying to get through. The 10 car is like, hey, man, I need to find a spot to get in here. Carlos Leite in the 54. Oh, man, we got the 02 up high here. The 87, is he going to try to take that spot? The 02 slides that car up high, and the 87 going to tack in. So little battle here, the 87, another spot. You see the 09 goes up to the high side there to help Elder Mueller out. And those guys, oh, contact. The 09 and the 10 get together right there. This is an interesting one here. interesting. Out of the back of Bernard Silva's car, the 09 and the 10 battling for position. You see the 02 up high. Look at that, man. That 10 on that gas, that Dodge. Trying to take that spot again. Bernard Silva up high. Down low here in the 87 car as they get a little bit of a run on the high side there. The 09 and the 02, Elder Mueller and Edelson Carnero, they are making a little bit of a run there on the outside line. On board here with Bernard Silva. You're looking up there at the 09 and then the 02 just above him. Julio Caligari in that 33 car. Down on the low line just ahead of Bernard Silva. Nose to tail here, and the 09 and the 02 is making a little bit of a run there on the outside line, but just don't know. We'll see if that is able to materialize for them. Always a little dangerous right there. Again, you see these cars jumping around a little bit. That's what I said, man, to give them some room. You got to give each other a little bit of room here, a little extra room. 87 of Bernard Silva right now in 7th, now taking over 6th down on the low line as that 09 trying to get something to happen up on the high line, and the 04 there diving up to the high side here, so maybe Edson Luis might be oh man, the 33 and the 09 almost get together right there. Julio Caligari, that 33 car. Almost some contact there with the 09. He said 09, oh, there's contact right there. Edson Luis and the 09 get together. Edelson Carnero and Edson Luis making some contact. Man, this is interesting. This is getting crazy. These guys are battling, man. Wow. We are 46 laps in and scheduled to go 60 laps. And look at this. Eders Mago said, hey, say hello to my brother. His name is Rico. All right, hello. Boa noite. Boa noite. We got a doozy for you here tonight. Look at that. They're almost 3 wide right there. Almost 3 wide. I do not want to leave this battle. The 04 we're on board here with Edson Luis. And look at that, man. We got a gaggle of cars behind him. About that. Julio Caligari all over the back of him. Oh, Julio's going to look low here. The 09, the 02 have a good run on the outside line. 02 there, a little bit of warping. Almost looked like he got into the wall, but I think there was some warping action that you're going on. That's what I'm saying. You got to be really careful here because you get a little warp and you can get into another car and cause a big wreck. Man, what a battle we have. Jose Carvalho is the race leader. Here 48 laps in. See Elder Mueller up on that outside line, and he is running in the 8th position. Carlos Leite in that 54 car is shown in the 11th position. Now Carlos Leite a couple laps down here. Bernard Silva in this action as well. Down on that low line, man. Things getting a little dicey down there. These guys are starting to dice these cars around here, trying to keep those cars in the position to be able to make a run to the front here as we're closing in on about 12 laps to go. Right now, everybody's sort of holding serve. That high line trying to get something going there. This is a battle, man. Elder Mueller in the 8th position, working with his teammate Edelson Carnero. Trying to get something started up on that outside line, and we have got some great racing. Down on that low frame here, we're on board with Elder Mueller, and you can see these cars dancing around. The 09, his race partner there, his teammate, the 09 of Edelson Carnero just ahead. You see Edson Luis down on the inside line, dancing around there. Edders Magel, 87, Ben Arcilla. Sorry, I was talking to Edders Magel on the chat. Ben Arcilla in an 87 car in this mix as well. Ben Arcilla running in the 8th position. So some good tight battling here. You know, see these guys slowing up just a little bit. Now it allows this outside line to get a little bit of a run here. Man, we've got some racing. Got about 10 laps to go, and who knows who's going to win this thing. Everybody seems to be pretty comfortable there, but those guys, oh, man. Might have been some contact. Don't forget that Edson Luis. Oh, the 09. Edson Luis in the 09. Oh, no, that was Julio Caligari in the 09 getting together. Edgelson Carnero. Oh, they're down on the inside line. Look like Michael Mendonça is down on that inside line as Edson Luis dives up to the high side. We got racing all over this track here right now. These guys 2 by 2. Look at the 2 car. Michelle Mendonça. And that 2 car here running in the 3rd position. You better not leave the door open because somebody's going to be there to take that spot. And it looks like Julio Caligari is there. Oh, man, they're fading out. We got to lay it. Tell you what, we got somebody's warped out of the race. Oh, no, we got a big mess here. Looked like Julio Caligari might have lost his connection. Oh, no. We've got somebody who's lost a connection here. And, oh, the 87 car takes a lick. Oh, my gosh, man. He is upside down on his hood. Looked like the 11 car came around and just gave a wallop to the 87 of Ben Silva. Oh, my heavens, man. I'm not sure what happened there. That was a mess. And I think Michelle Mendonça might have warped here. Take a look at the 2 car. Watch this. We're going to see him get up in the wall, way up in the wall. See, that's a warping situation. But look at this. The 10 car and the 4 car just ahead. There might have been some contact there as well. But he's in the crowd there. I mean, he's warped. And then some of these other guys actually get together here. We'll take a look and see what happened. Ben Silva. This is taking a look at Ben Silva. And you see there's some contact there. Julio Caligari. Contact between he and the 87, and then Edgelson Carnero's in this mix as well. These guys, I think, are just avoiding the warp. And then contact, and you see the 87 car coming around. Oh, and he hits the 04 and the 10. And watch this. He is just going to take a lick right here. This is going to hurt. So he is off the pace here a little bit. And he's trying to get back up into the race surface here, and then he's just going to take a wallop right there. Boom. And he is upside down, the 11 car in the wall. Wow, man. Take a look at Edson Luis's view, or his track side. And you see the 87 comes up, gets into him, and then he is down into the 09 car right there. And then also the 02 involved in this as well. Those guys at least kind of keep their car pointed in the right direction, although I think the 02 took a hard lick into the outside wall. So the 04, that's Luis. Tough break for him. This is Miguel Braga in the 10 car. As the 87 car slides back across the track, gets into him as well. I think he gets caught up in this. You see him. He is hanging on to that 10. Look at that, man. Oh, that's some driving by that 10 car. And he's lucky to have saved that machine. Wow. Look at that. This is on board here with the 10. You can see the 04. You see the warping situation. The 87 slides back across the track. Look at this, man. This is some driving right here. Look at this. Working that wheel. That's the 10 car to keep that car pointed in the right direction. My heaven. Man, just some tough break there. Ben Silva, Alessandro Barcelos, he got caught up in this as well. Just a tough break there for those guys. This is Alessandro Barcelos. He's just trying to get through this thing. And he lays a lick on this 87 car. He just had nowhere to go. And smacks him. Oh, man, that's just an unfortunate situation right there. Oh, man. Well, Edders Magel watching the race here tonight, and whoa, the pace car. What's the pace car doing? Is it, anybody know? Anybody know what the pace car is doing? What's the pace car doing? Jose Carvalho, is he bothering the pace car? Is he giving the pace car, is he harassing him? I was saying Edders Magel here watching the race, he said, oh man, Brother Ben is in need of an ambulance. Yeah, he was upside down and took a hard lick from that McDonald's sponsored Camaro, and now looks like he's retired his machine. That's a tough break, man. Those guys were really having a really interesting battle back in the pack. I just kind of wondered in the back of my mind how long that was going to last before some disaster happened. And it really, I don't think it was any situation where anybody, again, one of those things where anybody did anything wrong, because you had a warping situation. Somebody warped, I think it was the 2 car there, Michelle Mendoza warped out of the track. Those guys were just sort of taking some evasive action to keep from getting into him, and they got into each other. So I had a tough break, man. It's a shame this track isn't really a fun track. It's a shame it's been marred a little bit by some connection issues. You see the 99 of Jose Carvalho coming down pit lane. The 21, Neto Vidal, also coming down pit lane. This is an interesting pit stop here, I will say. Very, very interesting pit stop, as now our new race leader is a 33 of Julio Caligari. But these guys on pit lane here, Elder Mueller coming down pit lane. Now, he's got some damage here he's going to have repaired. But I think some of these other guys here, I'm not sure about some of these other folks here who have decided to come down pit lane. Edson Luis, you know, does he have pit damage that he's trying to get repaired? I mean, he was up front. So an interesting decision, and I think especially interesting for Jose Carvalho, as I don't think he had any damage at all. You know, he's not losing a ton of positions. He's now back in the 5th spot, but remember, this thing's only going 60 laps here. We are 55 laps in, and now Jose Carvalho back to the 5th position. So, you know, it's one of those things where I'm not sitting in the driver's seat. It's easy for me to make those decisions, but the Sinister Racing Toyota number 99 has been lightning fast here tonight, and got that car up front, led a lot of laps. And, you know, he's got fresh tires here on this thing, and there's something to be said about that. But, you know, Julio Caligari very fast as well. Miguel Braga, Wilson Rashid all up front. Now, Wilson Rashid, big benefactor here from this caution flag. Those guys were a little bit off the pace here, so the 47 car, Wilson Rashid, now up to the 3rd position. So kind of an interesting move here late in the race by our race leader, or should I say our race leaders, Neto Vidal, Jose Carvalho. Those guys were 1-2. And now coming down pit lane here, taking service. A 33 of Julio Caligari is the race leader. You see Miguel Braga shown in the 10th position. Wilson Rashid, a few cars there in between him, the 54 and the 11. Those guys a little bit off the pace there. The 54, Carlos Leite, shown in the 10th position. The 11 car of Alessandro Barcelos, he's on pit lane too. You see Elder Mueller coming back down pit lane, make a pit stop. Wow, man, hold your breath here. We have got I think, an interesting finish shaping up for you. Looks like we have Apollo joining us here, enjoying the race tonight. He said, go, 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 NASCAR Total. It's been an interesting one. I'll tell you, let's throw it out there. Who do you think is going to win this baby? I'm going to throw my chips on Julio Caligari. Hey, look, he didn't make a pit stop here. Tires are not a huge problem with this track, and I think he's a tough car to beat. He's got the car up front. He's been in the hunt here all night long. I'm really going to. I'm not going on much of a limb here for the 33. He is a tough driver, so that's who I'm throwing my chips on. 33. car, and I tell you, you can't really count the 10 car out. He's had a tough way to go, but he has been tough on that outside line. So that 10 car, Miguel Braga, definitely got to think about him. We've got a couple Dodges up front here tonight too. So interesting mix here. Little Talladega. Paulo says, "I love you, Talladega." Talladega is certainly a beast in itself. I mean, some guys just absolutely hate this track. I like the super speedways. You know, I'm not that great of a race driver, to be honest with you, and I always feel like whenever I come to Talladega, I at least have a shot of winning the race, or at least being in the hunt here. Some of the other tracks I'm not so sure about. You know, I'll throw one out there. We got one coming up here fairly soon at Dover, and that is a track. You see the pace car there warping back again, and again, some just, I think, exemplifies some of the connection issues we've had here tonight. Again, that stinking pace car there warping back again.
It'll be one to go.
Are we getting the one to go here? And kind of curious to see how these get lined up. Looks like the 33 car is elected to go to the outside line. That gives the 10 car the inside line there, Miguel Braga. The 02, excuse me, the 09 of Edelson Carnero actually going to be shown in the third position, and I think Jose Carvalho up on the outside line in fourth in that 99 car. Now, don't forget, Jose has come down pit lane, gotten fresh tires, and I should also mention that the 09 has come down pit lane, gotten some tires as well. 21 Neto Vidal in this mix. 04 Edson Luis. We have some fast cars up front here for the restart. The 10 car has been pretty solid on restarts here. He made a good fight there up on the outside line earlier tonight. Again, I just think Giulio Caligari has made a smart decision, staying out and gaining some track position. We're going to find out here in just a few laps how well this works out for these guys. Let me take a drink of coffee and we'll make it happen. That's exactly what I need at 10 o'clock at night, is a cup of coffee. Or spilling it on my keyboard. Got some more folks there joining us in track. Gustavo joining us. Good night. Hello. Welcome to TurnLeft TV. Here we go. Look at that, Giulio Caligari up on the outside line. Got a little bit of room there by the 10 car, and he gets down low. That's a good news for him, I think. We start lap 58. Remember, he's scheduled to go 60 laps, so this baby's winding down. And they are battling behind. Giulio Caligari got a big lead there, but Jose Carvalho up on the outside line. He has got a run. And Luis also got a run here. Look at that, Giulio Caligari has a big run here on the 33 car. At 99, excuse me, Jose Carvalho now making a pass here on Giulio Caligari. Jose Carvalho, man, he is on a mission. Got around the 33. Don't forget about Edson Luis. And don't forget about Edelson Carnero, man. He is in this hunt as well. Those guys battling for position. They're side by side behind at 99. He might be out a little bit too far here. Those guys getting a little bit of a run on him. Now, hold on, boys and girls. This is shaping up to be a great finish here. The 33, the 99, the 09, and the 04 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Side by side behind those guys, battling it out back there for about the 8th position. 2 laps to go. We cross the start-finish line. We got 1 to go. Side by side back there for 8. You see Wilson Rashid in the 8th spot in that 47 car. Those guys side by side have kind of fallen off the draft there a little bit. We've got a 4-way battle, I think, for actually maybe 5-way battle for the win. Jose Carvalho is the race leader, the 33 of Julio Caligari in the 2nd position, the 09. Angelson Carnero in 3rd. The 04 Edson Luis diving up to the high side. He's going to try to make a run here. He's going to run out of time. Somebody's going to have to make a run here in a hurry. The 99 of Jose Carvalho is the race leader. The 33 of Julio Caligari just behind. One more look at it. Here we go. The 33, is he going to make a run at him? The 99 holds on. Jose Carvalho wins that race. Man, what a good finish there. Julio Caligari finishes 2nd. Edgelson Carnero is 3rd. Neto Vidal finishes in the 4th position. Edson Luis 5th. So great job to the 99 car. Gutsy move, making a pit stop, getting some fresh tires on that machine, and he just got around him early. Man, he had a head of steam on the 33 and pulls off the pass. It ends up being really the race-winning pass, I think. Got himself up front and did a great job of pulling off a race victory here. So the 99, big race victory for him. So the 99 comes away with a big race win here at Talladega. So congratulations, man. Really was an interesting race. I mean, we had, I think, a race in some respects a little bit marred by some caution flags with some warping issues. But nonetheless, they end up finishing under green. A good race win for Jose Carvalho. Sorry, I can't do the accent marks in my little typer, little texting thing. So you get the idea, Jose. Really was an interesting race, man. I think, you know, other than the little warping issues where we had some situations where guys side by side warped into one another, you know, you really did have a very interesting race. A lot of drama there playing out toward the end with the guys making pit stops here. We had a big one there. Really, I think you would attest that big one also to some warping issues. But the 99 comes away with a great race win here at Talladega Superspeedway. You see that Julio Caligari brings that car home in 2nd position. Edgelson Carnero has another great race, finishing in the 3rd spot. Neto Vidal, good race there for him, finishes in 4th. Edson Luis is 5th. Elder Mueller finishes in the 6th position. You see Miguel Braga really battling back from some early race trouble there, finishing in the 7th position. Wilson Rashid 8th. Carlos Leite finishing in the 9th position. And Alessandro Barcelos rounding out the top 10. We'll see if we can't get Jose up here in the broadcast booth with us to give us a little bit of an interview. All right, boa noite. Congratulations, Jose, on a great race win.
Parabéns, grande vitória, Carvalho.
Poxa, boa noite aí, RJ, pessoal que está assistindo. Cara, muito obrigado. A vitória demorou a chegar esse ano, mas chegou. E logo em Talladega, uma pista que eu não tinha dado muita sorte das outras vezes que eu corri. Mas foi uma corrida boa. Comboiando ali com meus parceiros, o Neto Vidal e o Michel Mendonça, fazendo um jogo de equipe. Infelizmente o Michel acabou caindo no final da corrida, que poderia ter uma trinca ali de repente, né, no final. Mas foi bom, foi divertido. Eu agradeço a todos aí. Eu queria agradecer ao Portela por ele ter participado aqui com a gente, ajudado a gente como um spotter. A presença dele foi muito bacana, um apoio muito bacana. Agradecer ao Neto, agradecer ao Michel, agradecer o pessoal todo aí da Liga e aos patrocinadores aí da Sinister aí, que acusa o Game Bar Burger, né? E a Tribe também, que tá sempre dando a moral aí. E obrigado por tudo aí, gente.
Yeah, a lot of things to say here now. First of all, thank you, AJ. Thank you, all guys, on this race. That was a very difficult night, but this victor comes when he was waiting this for so long. He was trying to win man races, and finally tonight this win comes. He want to say thank you for all his teammates, Neto Vidal, Mendonça, that lost his connection, and there are Mr. Portela, who helped him being his spotter tonight and helping during all the race. And to thank you all sponsors of the Sinister team and all guys.
It looked like tonight the connection issues really were a big factor in causing a lot of the wrecks. I think most of the time guys were side by side, and just a little bit of warping issue caused some problems. What was your thought process in wanting to get the car to the front and get out of that potential mess? How did you feel about that? Did that come into play with your strategy at all?
Dizendo sobre os problemas que a gente teve com o servidor hoje, muitos lags, né, que eles chamam de warp. Como que era estar na frente de alguém ou atrás quando o cara tinha esse lagzinho, e você tinha que ter uma atitude mais rápida aí para poder não ser surpreendido com esse tipo de situação. Tava bem perigoso ali quando tava todo mundo junto.
Foi uma coisa que eu achei incomum no servidor, né? Mas estava acontecendo, e a sorte é que o Pace Car é fantasma, Ghost, né? Então a gente, como estava próximo, né? O pessoal da equipe estava próximo, então a gente falava para ficar um pouco mais afastado para não ter problema. Agora, na corrida não tem jeito, né? Na corrida já é diferente. Então, foi sorte, é questão de ter sorte mesmo.
Yeah, this issue that we had tonight with the server was something unusual. You can see that in our races this doesn't happen often. So these were very difficult, and we was trying to be to take some distance from the other drivers, but when you are disputing with many guys, and you have to be respectful, and this is something that you have to consider, this issue with the server.
Well, you made a late race pit stop, giving up the race lead, or I can't remember whether you were at first or second when you made a pit stop there, but nonetheless, you gave up track position with just a few laps to go. Did you really feel like with guys like Giulio Galagari and Edgelson Carnero, those guys up front, that you would be able to get around them and reclaim the race lead?
Parece que você fez um pit stop mais tarde, e como que você percebeu nessa hora a situação da corrida? Porque o Calegari e o Edilson tomaram sua posição ali. Você achou que poderia voltar a disputar e tomar de volta a liderança naquele momento que você fez o pit?
Vou tentar ser breve para você. Eu vi que o Edilson parou um pouco antes. Eu até achei que ele e o Helder iam terminar a corrida sem parar mais. Surpreendentemente, ele parou. Então, o Edilson anda muito e eu largando... eu acabei largando por fora ali no final. Eu falei assim, não vai dar, eu acho que não vou conseguir, mas pelo Júlio estar com avaria e o Edilson acabou ficando encaixotado, ficando preso com o trânsito ali, eu consegui passar o Júlio e ter o sucesso que foi a vitória.
He saw Edilson Carneiro stopping earlier, and he thought that he could not be reclaimed this position, but he saw Giulio Calegari with troubles. He wrecked in one of the yellow flags in the caution, and he has this perspective of to get his first position again. His concern was about Edilson that was driving very, very fast, and he knows that Calegari was having trouble.
Well, a race win tonight definitely helps you close the distance there on Edgelson. And you know, he did have a good race. He finished in the third position, but you know, you're doing what you need to do to give yourself a shot at with just a few races to go of being able to win a championship. It's going to be a tight battle there with I know Benor's had some trouble tonight, but it looks like right now it's a two-way battle here between you and the 09 car. How do you feel about your shot of being able to capture the race lead or the points lead here with just a few races to go?
Com essa vitória você ficou muito mais perto aí, tá bem próximo nos pontos agora do Edilson. Então, faltando algumas corridas para o final do campeonato, você acha que tem condições de ganhar mais algumas corridas aí, chegar bem próximo do Edilson, até ultrapassá-lo aí na liderança, nos pontos?
Hoje a sorte me veio para mim, né? Então é só questão de sorte. O Edilson está com, se eu não me engano, 70 pontos, estava com 70 pontos na minha frente. Então isso em NASCAR para tirar é muito, muito grande a distância. A não ser que aconteça alguma coisa com ele em corrida. Como NASCAR a gente pode esperar tudo, então o jeito é fazer a minha parte e aguardar os resultados seguintes.
Edilson Carneiro has a lot of points in front of on this championship. Don't remember, but it may be 70 points ahead, and he wants to try to work hard with the car and be the best, and try to get some lucky as he had tonight.
We have some interesting tracks coming up. 3 more races to go. You have Dover, Pocono, and Watkins Glen. Do any of those tracks, if anything, stand out to you as being something that you feel like you have a really good shot of picking up a race win?
Dessas 3 que faltam, você acha que tem condições de ganhar alguma delas, que você gosta mais? Como é que você se sente para essas corridas finais aí? Onde você acha que tem mais chance?
Geralmente eu ando bem de oval. Eu não consigo andar com essas barcas, né? Naves em circuito misto. Então, o misto com certeza é minha fraqueza. Mas eu vou treinar bastante para poder dar trabalho. Oval é o que eu tenho mais chance.
He likes more the ovals, and Dover in Pocono is better. Where he has a better chance to win. In Watkins Glen, he don't feel so good driving there.
I sympathize with him. I don't really feel very good about that track either. Well, congratulations, Jose, on a great race win. What a move to the front there toward the end of the race. Great job with a very good pit stop there to get fresh tires as well. Congratulations to you, and best of luck to you the rest of the season. And hey, Carlos Leite joining us up here, man. Thanks so much. We missed you.
It's a very huge pleasure to be here again. We have Mr. Elder Miller to be here too. So
right.
Tonight I was able to be, and it's a very pleasure, a huge pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you, and good luck to you the rest of the season as well, Carlos.
Thank you. Carvalho, ele também deseja para você uma boa temporada, um final de temporada aí. Te deseja a melhor sorte e ver se consegue um final melhor aí dessa temporada.
Muito obrigado, Redi, pessoal. Obrigado mesmo.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good
Mr.
night.
RJ, see you.
Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite.
All right, that is Jose Carvalho and Carlos Leite joining us up here in the broadcast booth. Good to see Carlos up here in the booth with us tonight at 54 car, doing double duty for us tonight and translating. He always does a good job. Such a nice guy, and really all these guys here at NASCAR Total have been so welcoming to me. Being the outsider and the guy that doesn't speak any Portuguese, these guys have been so patient with me and so welcoming, whether I'm racing right alongside them or whether I'm broadcasting their races. Just a great group of guys, and really do enjoy not only broadcasting their stock car races, but also some other things that I've done for them, like the DTM series. Man, I really think that Jose Carvalho, I had the question in my mind, really, I guess the strategy there of coming down pit lane here with just a few laps to go. He had basically about 5 laps to go. He came down pit lane under that caution flag, got fresh tires, and gave up some track position. But, man, did he have a head of steam there after the race went back to the green. And he really did a great job to get that car up front early on that restart and never looked back. Credit goes to Giulio Caligari. He really, the 99 kind of went around him with a head of steam, but he never gave up there and really had a chance to be able to, on that last lap, a little slingshot move there to try to get around the 99 car, but Giulio Caligari had a really heck of a race, finishing in the second position in that 33 car. Edgelson Carnero, what can you say about this guy? He just continues to perform. He's always got that car up there at the top. And I really think, if it wasn't for some late race bad luck for him, there's a little bit of contact with not only him, but also his teammate was also involved in that. I think that warping incident, those guys had a little bit of damage, I think. But really, given the trials and tribulations and the drama that unfolded tonight here in NASCAR Total here at Talladega, you got to walk away with a third-place finish feeling pretty happy about that. Neto Vidal has a good night, finishes in the fourth position. You see Edson Luis finishing fifth, also a solid night here. And I'll tell you what, he was the guy that I was looking at here tonight, and I really thought the strength of that car, he had gotten mired back there a little bit in traffic and then worked his way back up to the front, and he had a shot too. Neto Vidal, I really want to go back and remark about him because he led some laps in that 21 car, and that thing looks solid tonight too. So definitely want to send a shout out to that 21 team. Those guys looked really, really good. Elder Mueller he was committed. And I've seen Elder and Edgelson Carnero working here as teammates for a while now, in not only the stock car series, but also that DTM series. And these guys, man, are always on the same page. You really cannot throw anything out there and say anything to the contrary. I think the 09 and the 02 work so well together. And I will say that the 02, I think he was really committed to really helping that 09 car and getting him to the front, back to the front when those guys sort of fell off the pace there just a little bit, fell back in traffic. Miguel Braga finishing in the seventh position. He had a shot, man. I tell you, he had a shot. I really thought that maybe starting up on the outside, that he really might have had a shot to sneak away with a win here. Wilson Rashid finishing in the eighth position. Kind of a quiet night for Wilson, but he had that car up to the fourth position there for a while. Carlos Leite had a tough night there, finishes in ninth. Alessandro Barcelos also tough night there. Battled back and get a top 10 finish there. So really good, decent run for Alessandro Barcelos in that 11 car. Well, coming up tomorrow night, we'll be at Sachsenring for race number 6 in the DTM 2019 season. 40-minute race starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. What a race that should be. It's the championship race, the final race of the season, that DTM series. And I tell you, I'm a little sad about it, man. I've enjoyed broadcasting this series so much that I just don't want to see it come to an end. I'll be honest with you. But, hey, all good things have to come to an end, I guess. And maybe, maybe this will convince Sullivan to throw another season in there, sometime this year or something. But race number 6 coming up tomorrow night, and I don't know, man. I just think I don't think I'm going out on a limb here when I say I think the 09 Edgelson Carnero is going to come away with the championship. But hey, we got to figure out who's going to win this race. And Sachsenring is a very challenging track, and it should be a great one. And that's going to be live right here on TurnLeft TV tomorrow night. Should be a great one. You definitely want to tune in to that one. The Ironman series, Ironman Racing Series, coming up on Wednesday at 9 p.m. 107 laps at Palm Springs Speedway. This, I would argue, is it's definitely in my top 5 ovals. I would probably throw it up there as my top, my favorite oval, simply because there's multiple groups here. But you, right from the get-go, man, you have got to get up on the wheel and drive this car. But you can, you can run the high line, you can run the low line. There might even be 3 groups here to be able to make passes, but you can definitely do 2 solid groups here and get some great side-by-side racing, and it's not easy to pass. You're going to see guys here racing side-by-side for multiple laps trying to pull off a pass. So race number 3 in that second season of 2019. Don't forget there's a fixed it's a fixed setup, but there's a tire rule in this, and last week we had 26 drivers come out to that race. So who knows how many drivers you're going to see here on Wednesday night. You're just going to have to tune in to TurnLeft TV and find out. 107 laps starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, April the 10th, Palm Springs Speedway. that Friday night the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series will be in action at Bristol Motor Speedway, and this is going to be a knockdown drag-out. You're going to have 3 races, 2 50-lap heat races and a 100-lap feature race. This is going to be the feature race is the points race. It's race number 8 in the 2019 spring season. And I'll tell you what, man, this is going to be beating and banging, a slugfest. You may even see some fighting in the infield after we're finished with this bad boy. These guys are going to make it happen here. I'd expect a big field at Bristol Motor Speedway on Friday night. The practice starts at 7:30. You got 2 50-lap heat races. Racing starts about 8:45 or so. And then that 100-lap feature race is the points race of the night. So that's the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series coming up on Friday. And Saturday night, the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder will be in action. Race number 8 in the 2019 spring season. 250 laps with open setups at Bristol. I would expect some long green flag runs, some green flag pit stops, and a lot of great racing there with open setups. Guys being able to tweak on that setup all race long to get that car even better. That's coming up on Saturday, April the 13th. Racing starts at 9:30 Eastern Time. Well, tonight's race has been brought to you by IndyCar Brazil. And I'll tell you, we had a pretty dramatic race here. We battled back with some connection issues, but those guys really made it a good race of that. But not only stock cars, but also DTM cars, some GT3 cars, some Indy cars, all kinds of crazy stuff here happen at IndyCar Brazil. Definitely give those guys a look. They do a great job. Heart goes out to Sullivan and his family. Hope everything's going okay for him. He couldn't be here tonight. So we hope to see him back soon. I want to say thank you so much for coming out to the YouTube channel and joining us here. Got well over, I'd say 390 videos, close to 400 videos now posted online for you to check out. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. You can share these videos on your Discord channel, on your Twitter feed, your Facebook page, wherever you'd like. Just to let people know what's going on here at TurnLeft TV. And if you'd like, you can also hit the donate button there and donate to PayPal. Just look up in the banner for the donate button and shoot us a donation. That would be greatly appreciated. But really just appreciate you coming out, checking out the channel. That's going to do it for us tonight, man. What a great race there we had tonight in NASCAR Total Brazil. Jose Carvalho comes away with a big race win here at Talladega. Well, I tell you what, we got Dover coming up next week. Stay tuned. Going to be a great one. Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. That's it for me. I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm out of here.